friend. Welcome to A Cherry on Top. This is Nicole Martel, and today I'm going to be making a card for a friend, and I will be playing with lots of Pinkfresh Studio products. Especially going to be playing with the Be Fearless stamp set with the stencils and the dies, and also I have a metal panel here to stitch octagons, and I am going to be using a sentiment from the Farm Fresh stamp set. So to begin, I am stamping the flowers in black ink on the white cardstock, and I'm using the Misty so that everything stays in place. And I love this stamp set. The flowers are really pretty, and at first I wasn't sure if I wanted to do all pink, but then I decided I'm going to go ahead and do some pink flowers with a touch of orange. So I'm going to go ahead and tape the stencil down, making sure that the black lines are inside the stencil. And the order I'm going to be doing this is the peach fuzz, the coral reef, and the passion fruit. So I'm just taking the blending brush and I'm making circles all over the images, and I'm actually just tapping the ink on the stencil and dragging it through the stencil in circle motions. And then I'm going to clean this off and move to the next stencil, and I'm just going to make sure that's lined up correctly, making sure that the black lines are within the stencil. That way there's no bleeding when I go to blend the ink. I'm going to tape this down, and then I got the coral reef, and I'm going to go ahead and add some more pink in there with a different tone. And I like to work from the lightest colors to the darkest, and that way it shows all the images and the details really well. And so now I'm going to go ahead and work on the third stencil, and this one was tricky. So you just basically line those circles, the middle of the flower, all up. And then I'm just using the passion fruit to color those in. And I'm going in circle motion to keep the ink pretty even so that there are no blotches. And look how pretty this is coming along. So now I'm going to line up the leaves. And this is tricky, there's so many, so I'm just moving the stencil until it straightens out. And now I'm just going to add some more of the green. I'm working with the grassy knoll. This is such a pretty green. And then I'm going to clean this off and go ahead and move along to the next stencil. And for this stencil, I'm going to be using the key lime ink. And then I'm just making sure the stencil is down where it needs to be. And then I'm rubbing through. This is, I'm doing it a little heavy-handed so that the images are dark. And you'll see how that looks in just a second. Wipe this down, and look at that. It's so pretty. And so easy. So then before I lift this off, I'm going to go ahead and apply more black ink over it, just because I blended it with the ink over the black. So I want to make sure it has a nice crisp look. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut those out using my scissors. And I'm going to go ahead and pull my metal dies out here. And I don't need to tape this part down because I'm using a magnetic panel. I'm going to place that down. And then these are some sentiments. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with that, but I figured since I'm already doing this, I might just do it now. Cut them out just to be sure. Alright, I'm going to run that through. Right on. And then back again. And look how pretty these are. The sentiment. And I'm gently peeling this off so I don't tear anything. And then the flowers, they are pretty much all popped out, but one area didn't cut which is weird, so I'm going to cut that a little bit, but it's fine. And I have a feeling like my machine, I think I'm going to need a new one soon. Alright, and then I'm going to cut out 2 more of the dies. Be true to yourself, or what is it? Be true to who you are. I'm going to cut 2 of those out with the white cardstock. And the reason being is I'm going to go ahead and glue them, stack them together so it has a nice thick dimension and it just looks nicer. And now I'm running the panel through as well since I'm already doing this, and I like that. It's fun. And now I'm going to go ahead and add some color to the panel. I was going to do all white, but I really like the idea of just adding some green to the panel. So I'm rubbing the green, or blending the green all around the panel so that it's an even blend. It looks really soft and pretty. I'm doing it lightly so there are no blotches. And now I'm going to go ahead and place the flowers down and glue those in place once I'm okay with the placement. And I had trouble figuring out what I wanted to do with this. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I just moved them around for a little bit to kind of get an idea in my head how this is going to come together. And then I like the little leaf here. I'm going to just glue that down to the bottom there. And then I'm going to add film strips to pop this up here in the corner. And then these I'm going to glue together, all 3 of them. And you'll see how this looks. Alright, so this is going to have a nice dimension once it's all done. And there it is. And I'm going to go ahead and add some film strips here to pop it up in the middle of the card between the 2 flowers. It's so soft. I love this. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. This took a little bit of time because it's such a small sentiment. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop that down. And then I am going to fold the card base in half. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with this extra leaf. I didn't realize when I was doing this I had a missing flower somewhere on my deck. But it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and mount this down to the card. And making sure it's in the right direction. Alright. And now the fun part is adding little gems. I was going to go with the gold, but they're all like pretty much the same size. And I really wanted different sizes. So then I decided I'm going to go ahead with the glitter gold dots and use those. And they're just so pretty. And I think they look really nice against the green. So right now I'm just kind of placing them on there to get an idea of where I'm going to put these, because I struggle with where to put these gems. I never know what to do with them. So I'm just adding a little sparkle here and there. I'm not going to overdo it because I want the card to be pretty simple. And then I was going to add some to those flowers, but I didn't like the way it looked. And then I was going to add some to the leaves, and I didn't like that either. So I'm just going to glue these down. I'm done with that. Alright, and then I gotta let that dry for a little bit. And then I'm going to add some ribbon, just because I feel like it needs something else. And I'm going to add that one here and tie it. I like the green. It's fun. And then I'm going to move it up a little bit and cut the ends down. Just a little something to the card. And then I was thinking I was going to glue a little gold gem to it, but then I decided I'm not going to do that. And then I am going to be using the sentiment from the Pinkfresh stamp set. Hope your day is amazing. And I'm going to stamp that inside the card, like so. And there's my card. And so I did find a flower that I lost on my desk as I was cleaning up, and I glued it right inside here, and I love how this turned out. Thanks so much for watching today. Take care.